All right, here we go. Today we have Denisa White, a.k.a. Bella Barcode. As a teen, Bella perfected the approval game scam, which netted $65,000 per week in the 90s. After that, she was the mastermind behind a multi-million-dollar diamond scheme. Bella Barcode, welcome to Vlad TV.
Thank you for having me.
Well, let's start in the beginning. Born and raised in West Oakland.
Born and raised in West Oakland, Acorn Projects.
Okay. And what was that like during that time?
Lots of killings. My grandmother was a Queenpin. My mom was a functional addict. My father used to roll with the Black Panthers. So born and raised in Oakland, West Oakland, it was tough, but my family managed to do it. It wasn't white picket fence, but they managed to put food on the table, and to raise me, I was raised around hustlers my whole life.
Well, when you say your mom was a functional addict, what was the drug that she was using?
Crack cocaine.
Okay, because this was during the whole crack era.
Mm-hmm. You know, that's where the crack era came from.
Yeah, exactly.
Oakland.
Do you remember her before she started getting addicted?
No, she was been addicted my whole life.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
So that's all you knew?
That's all I knew.
Okay. And look, I have family members whose mothers were hooked on crack and so forth. And I just heard horror stories after horror stories.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like coming home and the furniture is all outside because the mom never paid the rent, even though it was Section 8 and there was barely anything. And stories way worse than that I can't mention. Like during that time, what do you think was the worst thing you went through?
My father passed away.
You were 11 at the time?
I was 11 at the time, and then I didn't know what grief was, you know. I felt abandoned. I felt that my father left me with my addicted mom.
Well, at one point, your father shot your mother.
Mm-hmm.
Because she was cheating on him?
Yep.
Did you actually see it?
I don't remember. I don't remember if I witnessed it or if she told me when I was younger.
Okay.
I can't. But I want to say that she told me, and that's what took me to the place where I am now, where I don't believe in cheating. You know, a lot of people say that was very, that's for you not to cheat because your mom shot your father in your back. It was a traumatic situation that I've experienced in my life. So that's the reason why I don't cheat.
Okay. Now, your grandmother was a Queenpin.
Mm-hmm.
So what was she doing exactly?
She was selling prescription drugs, cooking up crack. They called her the icy lady, but behind the icy lady, she was selling drugs, prescription pills, everything.
Huh.
Not just ices and candy, not just the candy lady, the icy lady. She was...
Huh. So you had a gangster granny, basically.
Yeah, I had a gangster granny.
And I guess your grandmother used to tell your cousins, if you got a pussy, don't come back to this house, bro.
Oh, my God, Vlad, really? You did your research.
Did my research.
Absolutely. That's how my grandmother was. And everything, I mean, my grandma, I can't say, I don't know, when I look back at it, I think about, all the layers of trauma that I break it down now that I dealt with as a kid. My grandmother, you know, she used to call us bitch, yell at us when it came. But when I look back at how, what she instilled in us as a young girl, I believe that it has me to the point where I am today, not dependent on a man. But I used to always say I don't need a man. I don't want to depend on a man for nothing, but I need a man. I want a man to depend on, you know? I don't want to have to be strong anymore.
Yeah, I think most people want someone in their corner. They can say that, I don't need my kids don't need a father or whatever else, but who doesn't want a two-parent home on some level?
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay, now, your mom was addicted, but she was also a booster.
Mm-hmm.
And would she take you along on some of these missions?
Yeah, absolutely. We was in Sears. I don't know if you ever heard of that.
Of course. Yeah, I grew up around Sears.
Yeah, we was in Sears on Broadway, and she was stealing, and eventually we got caught, and we got taken away from her that day.
Oh, so CPS came
CPS got involved.
Huh.
And this wasn't the first time CPS was involved in the situation. and eventually it took us away. And then my grandmother ended up getting us. We was in our foster care for a while, but then my grandmother ended up getting us.
Okay, so how many kids was it?
It was two of us at the time, but then my mom eventually had us, my little brother as well.
Okay, so 3 kids, and all 3 kids, 2 kids were taken away at that time?
2 kids, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, but you're only in foster care for a little while then.
Probably about a year.
Oh, that's not a little while.
I was in abusive foster care too.
Okay, because I've heard foster care is you don't know what you're going to get. I've heard people say, I had a nice family and so forth, and other people are like, I went to 38 different foster, homes, and it was bad.
We went to about 3.
3?
Mm-hmm.
So what was the worst thing that happened in foster care?
Physical abuse, mental abuse.
Yeah. Sorry I had to go through that.
Thank you.
Okay, so you go back with your grandmother. Did you actually get arrested yourself or no? Just your mother?
Just my mom.
Okay. Mm-hmm. So leading up to like 17 years old, were you getting arrested at all or?
I was in and out of juvie.
For what?
Stealing. Like stealing from Aunt Taylor from the Gap. I run away from my mom's house.